This movie looks like pure magic. Flying monkeys, a talking scarecrow, a yellow brick road. But behind the curtain, it was one of the most dangerous productions Hollywood ever pulled off. Actors were poisoned by their makeup. Stunt performers literally dropped from the sky. The Wicked Witch caught on fire. And the studio pushed everyone so hard that today, this shoot would have been shut down in a heartbeat. This is The Wizard of Oz, 1939, 16 shocking set accidents from the movie that nearly got shut down. Stick around till the end, because once you hear what really happened on this set, you'll never watch Oz the same way again. Number 16, the blinding Technicolor lights turned Oz into an oven. To get that bright, candy-colored Technicolor look, the crew blasted the stages with insanely powerful arc lights. These things didn't just light the set, they cooked it. The temperature on those stages soared. Actors and crew were sweating, dehydrated, and constantly exhausted. Makeup slid off, costumes stuck to their skin. People fainted so often it became routine. Oz looks bright and cheerful on screen. In reality, it felt more like working inside an oven. Number 15. The Cowardly Lion's 90-pound real fur sauna suit. Bert Lahr's Cowardly Lion costume wasn't synthetic. It was made from real lion skin and fur. It weighed around 90 pounds. Under those blistering lights, it turned into a personal steam room. Lahr would be drenched after a take. The suit had to be dried overnight, and it still reeked and clung to him the next day. He had to sing, dance, and deliver big comedic performances while overheating inside a heavy, stinking, sweat-soaked pelt. Cute character, brutal working conditions. Number 14, the Tin Man costume turned simple moves into dangerous stunts. The Tin Man looks light and whimsical. The costume was anything but. The rigid design made it hard to sit, bend, or even breathe comfortably. Getting in and out took ages. Once an actor was strapped in, they were basically locked there. On slick floors and cluttered sets, even a small misstep could turn into a fall in heavy, inflexible gear. Dancing, kneeling, or collapsing on cue meant risking real bruises and strains while wrapped in fake metal. The character was supposed to be hollow. Ironically, the costume was a tank. Number 13, winged monkeys fell when wires snapped. Those flying monkeys weren't animation. They were stunt performers hanging from wires high above the soundstage. They were strapped into harnesses and hooked to piano wires so they could fly past painted skies. On paper, it was clever. In practice, some of those wires snapped. When a line broke, the performer didn't gracefully land. They dropped. People hit the stage floor hard and were injured. No CGI, no safety nets like we'd expect today. Just a hope that the rigging would hold. And sometimes it didn't. Number 12. The poppy field snow was pure asbestos. That magical snowfall in the poppy field? It wasn't foam. It wasn't paper. It was asbestos. At the time, asbestos was used as a fireproof fake snow. No one on set seemed especially worried about actors breathing it in or lying in it while it settled on their faces, hair, and clothes. Judy Garland, Ray Bolger, Jack Haley. They're all lying in a blizzard of what we now know is a highly dangerous substance. It's one of the most beautiful scenes in the film, and one of the most disturbing once you know what that snow really was. Number 11. Buddy Ebsen was hospitalized by Tin Man makeup. The first actor cast as the Tin Man was Buddy Ebsen. To make him shimmer, the studio used metallic makeup made with aluminum dust. It looked perfect on screen, but it was toxic to breathe. The fine particles got into his lungs. He suddenly couldn't breathe properly, suffered severe cramps, and was rushed to the hospital. He ended up in an oxygen tent, fighting for his life. Doctors told him continuing in that makeup could kill him. Ibsen was replaced, and most of his work was scrapped. For years, many viewers never even knew he'd almost died for the role. Number 10. Jack Haley's safer makeup still sent him to the doctor. After Ebsen's collapse, the studio changed the Tin Man makeup to an aluminum paste. It was less deadly, but still not safe. Jack Haley, who took over the role, developed a serious eye infection from the new formula. The paste irritated his skin and eyes so badly that he had to take time off to recover. Same character, new actor, new formula. Still a health problem. Number 9. Margaret Hamilton was burned in the Munchkin land trapdoor gag. Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West, had one of the most dangerous jobs on set. In Munchkin land, she's supposed to vanish in a burst of smoke and flame. The trick? She stands on a trapdoor, flames and smoke go up, the door drops, and she disappears safely below. On one take, the timing failed. The trapdoor didn't open in time, but the flames did. Hamilton was still standing there when fire shot up around her. The copper-based green makeup on her skin made the burns even worse. She suffered painful burns to her face and hands and was out for weeks. When she returned, she refused to work with open flames again. Number 8. The Wicked Witch's stunt double was blown off her broom. To keep Hamilton away from fire, the most dangerous witch stunts went to her double, Betty Danko. For the skywriting sequence, where the witch writes, "Surrender Dorothy," Danko sat on a broom rig with a smoke device hidden inside. During a take, that device exploded. The broom shattered in midair, and Danko was thrown off and badly burned on her legs. She spent months in the hospital. Later shots used a dummy on the broom instead. So when you watch the witch flying, remember, a stunt woman literally got blown off that rig to make those scenes happen. Number 7. The Green Witch makeup punished Margaret Hamilton's skin. Beyond the fire and stunts, just wearing the witch makeup was its own ordeal. The green coloring was made with copper-based ingredients that were harsh on the skin. Hamilton couldn't safely eat in full makeup. She had to be extremely careful, and often got by on liquids or careful sips during long days. Removing the makeup required strong solvents, which irritated her skin even further. And after her burn accident, that removal process on already injured areas was excruciating. Being the Wicked Witch meant hours of discomfort and long-term skin damage most viewers never saw. Number 6. Judy Garland was put on a dangerous diet and pill routine. Judy Garland was a teenager playing Dorothy, but the studio treated her like a manufactured product. Executives wanted her to look younger and slimmer, so they forced her onto a strict, joyless diet. Sometimes just soup, coffee, and very little real food. Studio doctors reportedly gave her pep pills to keep her energized through exhausting days, then sleeping pills to knock her out at night. This wasn't a one-time mishap. It was a sustained pattern of abuse that damaged her health and set the stage for lifelong struggles. Number 5. The director slapped Judy Garland on set. One notorious moment shows how little protection she had. While filming the scene where Dorothy, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man meet the Cowardly Lion, Judy kept giggling. Burt Lahr's performance was so funny, she couldn't stop. Director Victor Fleming reportedly pulled her aside and slapped her across the face to shock her into seriousness. Then he sent her straight back into the scene. Not a stunt, not acting, just a director using physical force on a teenage girl to get the shot. Number 4. Toto the dog was stepped on and injured. Toto, played by a little Cairn Terrier named Terry, looks fearless on screen, trotting through Oz like a pro. Off camera, she had a very real accident. During a scene with the witch's guards, the Winkies, one of the actors in those heavy costumes reportedly stepped on Terry, injuring her leg. She had to be taken out of filming for a couple of weeks to recover. Number 3. The Scarecrow makeup left its mark on Ray Bolger. Ray Bolger's Scarecrow required layers of rubbery prosthetics and a burlap-like hood to create that creased, stitched-up look. The makeup and mask were glued tightly to his face, and the material tugged at his skin every time he spoke or moved. Long days meant hours and hours of compression and pulling. When the shoot wrapped, Bolger reportedly still had visible lines and grooves on his face from where the mask had sat for so long. The Scarecrow's crumpled look didn't just vanish when the camera stopped rolling. Number 2. The Horse of a Different Color was painted with edible dye. Remember the Horse of a Different Color in Emerald City? To get that effect, the production used edible, gelatin-based dyes on real horses, changing their colors between shots. The animals, being horses, kept trying to lick the sweet-tasting dye off themselves. Wranglers had to constantly pull them away and reapply the color. Number 1. Munchkin mayhem led to real on-set injuries. The Munchkin performers were brought in for that unforgettable sequence in Munchkin Land, but their time on the production wasn't all singing and dancing. They were crammed into small dressing rooms, worked long hours, and dealt with costumes and props that weren't always built for their bodies or comfort. So when you think of The Wizard of Oz, you probably picture ruby slippers, catchy songs, and that first step into Technicolor. But just outside the frame, it was a minefield of toxic materials, unsafe stunts, harsh treatment, and painful accidents for humans and animals alike. By today's standards, a production like this would be shut down fast. They still created one of the most beloved films of all time. Next time you follow the yellow brick road, remember the real road the cast and crew had to walk to get it on screen. Which of these set accidents shocked you the most? And after hearing all this, does The Wizard of Oz feel different to you now? Thanks for listening. And remember, in classic Hollywood, some of the scariest moments never made it into the script.